So welcome back to Virginia Wine TV, and we're here in Coltsfoot Winery, way far southwest Virginia. I don't know how far, maybe 15 miles from the Tennessee border.
Yeah, we're just about 15 miles exactly.
And joining me is Proprietor Ed Carney.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us. And so we're here. We hear you have a bunch of country wines. So
Yes, we do. We make country wines. Anything non-grape in the industry is referred to as a country wine.
You know, that's actually, I like that terminology because a lot of times you hear, oh, it's a fruit wine. Well, grape's a fruit. So so it's pretty neat. So you have, we did a tasting of the full range here. So you have almost every non-berry or non-grape fruit that you have. So why don't you just real quick go through some of the wines that you do have.
Okay, I'll just do them in alphabetical order. We have blackberry, which we have tame blackberries. They're the thornless, fully erect blackberries. We grow those ourselves. And then our blueberries are the rabbit eye blueberries. And cranberries we do not grow. We buy those from up north. Actually, we buy them at Sam's like everyone else does for the holidays. And the elderberries we grow ourselves. And the plants that we have are the John's and Adams variety of they probably were European elderberries to begin with, the black elderberries, and we bought those out of Michigan to begin with. And as we grow and we want to add on from growers that are now producing plants, the American variety of elderberry. So we want to bring that on as we have more time to do that. Our peaches are locally grown. These are Virginia peaches. Plums we grow ourselves, plus we have leases with local farmers. And then our strawberries are the same. We do not grow our strawberries, but we buy them on a lease.
And definitely after sampling these, your style is to make it, off-dry, semi-dry, around 2% residual sugar.
That's right. We have taken the traditionally sweet or over-the-top sweet fruit wines and dried them down to just on the sweet side of semi-dry.
Yeah. So you can't tell our surroundings here, but this is the most non-commercial winery that you'll ever see. So just tell us about we're in your basement right now.
Yes. This is your grassroots operation here. We did this as amateurs, of course, and our friends and family encouraged us to that we needed to take it further, and being quite foolish in listening to them. We did it, and we went through the same process as a large grower would do. And so 2006 we leased some property and we put in a gardens, and 2007 we started our licensing process. By 2009 we were a licensed farm winery in Virginia. And of course, you can't have any wine on before you're licensed. So we had stored fruit. That's the beauty of country wines. You can freeze your fruit. We had frozen our fruit for 2 years, and so we had a product to start in March of 2009.
And it's one question I want to ask. Basically, I think people have sort of an understanding with grapes, how much tonnage correlates to exactly how much cases. 1 ton equals perhaps 60 cases.
Right.
What about, is there a general rule?
Well, not on a large scale, but because I don't work with those large scale numbers, we're a small batch winery, but we use on average a 3 pound of the fruit or berry per gallon of wine. 1 gallon of wine produces 5 bottles, 5 750 milliliter bottles of wine. So you can just do the math from there.
So we'll get the calculator out and post that on the site here. Another thing I really like, I was looking at it earlier, is the label here is really neat. They're all a little bit distinct, but they have sort of the same design.
Yes.
So you want to tell us a little bit about the background?
Yeah, I will. Carney is an Irish name, and I wanted to use something Celtic and it also goes with our mountain surroundings and the music of the area, with a large Celtic influx in this area, the mountain people. So Marty Engel designed our label for us, and this boy that's on here, he's supposed to be an Irish boy, and his hair's all blowing to one side because of the winds in Ireland. And it also goes with the Coltsfoot, our name, which is a wildflower, and that's another story. But the label won in 2006. It was entered into the Tri-Cities Addies competition here, and not only won the food division, but it also won Judge's Choice or Best of Show. So it won the entire competition. At that point, we were right on the edge of deciding what to do, knowing that a label sells a lot of wine. That was a big push towards going.
Yeah, I mean, amazing to have a label like this when you're amateurs, and then that being right away to.
Yeah,
that's true. And you mentioned Tri-Cities, and that's another example of how close we are to Tennessee. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about Bristol, Kingston, and is it Johnson City?
Johnson City, Kingsport, and Bristol is the competition was in.
Yeah. So, what really attracted me here was that you sell an elderberry wine, which is right here in the middle, and I've had a few. There's a really good elderberry wine from Village Winery in Loudoun County, Virginia, and I saw that you made one, and you get maybe two in the state. I know elderberry, traditionally, thousands of years, people have ate it or made into some sort of liquid for medicinal purposes.
Yes. Well, there's a real a resurgence of the elderberry going on right now in the people that want to do healthy things, grow healthy things for their own consumption on their own land, and the elderberry goes back, I guess, thousands of years. It's probably been fermented for wine as long as anything. Probably there's a kind of a saying in the industry, and like elderberries, you can't ferment elderberries because they'll take off on their own if you leave them set long enough. So they're very fermentable. But they have the elderberry has a good quantity of vitamin A, vitamin B, and a large quantity of vitamin C, and is chock full of antioxidants, more so than the blueberry or any other fruit. It's almost twice as much as the next highest one, and so with that, the antioxidants they're good for lowering cholesterol, and they are also good for respiratory problems, which is what most people use them for. It's supposed to ward off the flu, and also if you have the flu, to use an elderberry product, and it makes the symptoms far less on you.
Well, I'm going to need that next year, because this week actually I got a flu shot and it knocked me out for 24 hours. So next year, no flu shot, and I'm just going to drink elderberry.
Just drink elderberry wine. Yeah. Now, my wife and I both have used elderberry since we were children. Well, I won't say she has, because her father was a winemaker, and that was one of the wines he mostly made. I'm not saying as a child she drank elderberry wine, but she was exposed to elderberries, knew what they were. And then my grandparents up in West Virginia, they made jelly all the time, or she did, my grandmother did, and so I knew the taste, and it was I loved it, and you can't really find it much anymore. And I guess we're a little bit stingy, and we don't make jelly, we just make it all into wine. But people are starting to realize that some of the things that people depended on for years for remedies and medicinal purposes, maybe we should go back to that. And
mostly when you can package this into a nice, tasty wine. And this has, the aromas are very powerful.
Yes, I think the elderberry has sort of a nutty, earthy type nose to it.
Yeah, and the flavor, it's for a country wine. I guess I got to start make my terminology. I mean, it's just very full. I mean, it has a mid palate, has structure to it. I mean, you get it through the whole palate. It comes out, and then it's a little bit sweeter, but it's nothing overpowering.
No, and with the elderberry wine, I find that you can, if you back sweeten a little, you can go too far with it. So you want to keep that fine line with a good balance with your acid, but not overdo it. The sweetness seems to overpower the elderberry taste, and then so you sort of walk a fine line with it.
Yeah, and this is definitely not the case. So very nice. And this is definitely how I'm going to ward off the flu in the coming years.
All right. Well, we can help you with that if you like.
Absolutely. So you're in a number of retail outlets in this area.
We are, and we are as far north on the 81 corridor as Buena Vista.
Okay.
We're in shops right off the Interstate 81 in all the major towns.
Right. So that would include Roanoke and
yes. Roanoke, Buena Vista, Lexington, Blacksburg. We're not in Wytheville currently, but we are in Marion, and then all the local wine shops.
Nice. Very nice. So you can drive 6 hours and set up make a reservation here at the house. So very nice. Well, thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate you coming.
And here's the country wine. So we'll see you next time.